students. So today we are going to talk about the energy stored in a parallel plate capacitor. So we will discuss about which kind of energy a parallel plate capacitor stores, how can I increase the energy in a parallel plate capacitor, okay, how can I decrease, and we want to actually find out a general formula for energy in a parallel plate capacitor. So first let me take two parallel plates. Okay, suppose this is plate X and this is plate Y. Now what I am trying to do here, okay, suppose I am trying to break a small charge Q from this plate Y, and I want to put it in plate X. Okay. So first tell me how much work I have to do if I take a small positive charge, if I break a small positive charge from plate Y, and if I put it in plate X. So initially I don't have to do any work. Do you know why? Because initially there is no charge or no external electric field in plate X. Okay. So I don't have to do any work. Okay. So work done is equals to 0. But again, if in the second time, if I want to break another charge, okay, another positive charge, again if I want to move it in the plate X, then here second time I have to do some work. Do you know why? Because now in the plate X there is already a positive charge, and this positive charge, first positive charge, will repel the second positive charge, correct? The electric field of the first positive charge will repel the electric field of the second positive charge. So here I have to do some work against the electric field of the first positive charge, correct? So that means here I have to do some external work. I have to do work externally against the electric field of the first charge. So this external work done will store in the form of potential energy. So you know that the formula for potential energy is equals to work done by external force. So this external work done, what I am doing in putting a charge from one plate to another plate, this external work done will store in the form of potential energy. So that's why parallel plate capacitor has potential energy, correct? Electrical potential energy. Now as I put many charges in the plate X, then again it will be very difficult, as the number of charges will increase in plate X. So then it will be very difficult to put another charge, correct? So again you have to do much more work. So then that means there will be more potential energy, correct? So more charges means more potential energy also. Now again one more thing is that if I put one positive charge in the plate X, so there will be the plate Y will become negatively charged. Why? Because initially plate Y was neutral plate. So if I take a positive charge from plate Y and if I put it in plate X, so plate Y will become negatively charged plate, correct? So if there is 4 positive charges in plate X, so there will be 4 negative charges in plate Y, correct? So we have to find out the work done, correct? Now okay, now suppose after I have put few charges here, okay, so it has plate X has few charges and plate Y has few charges, and in this condition, suppose the potential difference between these two plates is V, correct? So I have to find out the formula for work done. So you remember the definition of potential. Definition of potential was is equals to work done per unit charge. Potential energy is only work done by external force, and potential is work done by charge. Or from this equation you can write work done is equals to potential into charge Q, correct? Now suppose I want to, okay, so suppose there is few charges in plate X and Y, then again I want to put a charge, I want to move a charge dq, small charge dq, from plate Y to plate X. Then how much of work I have to do? So to move a dq charge, small dq charge, I have to do a small work, okay? So this equation will become then dw, small work done, is equals to V into small charge dq, correct? From this equation, okay. Now and formula for V is actually is equals to Q by C into dq, correct? V is equals to Q by C. From where I get? Because from the definition of capacitance is equals to Q by V, or from here you can write that V is equals to Q by C. So that's why I have written V is equals to Q by C. Okay. Now if I want to find out the total work done, so to move a small dq charge I have to do this much work. dw is equals to Q into dw is equals to Q by C into dq. If I want to find out the total work done, so then I have to integrate dw, correct? And what is the value of dw? It is actually Q by C into dq. Now what is the variable here? So here I have dq, so that means variable is charge q. So suppose initially there was no charge, initially charge is 0, and suppose finally charge is capital Q. If I put all dq charge, all the total charge will be, suppose final charge is capital Q, so limit is from 0 to Q. Now here 1 by C is constant, so you can take it out. So integration of Q dq, correct, from 0 to Q. Now what is the integration of Q dq? Integration of Q dq is actually Q square by 2. How did I get? From that formula, I hope you remember, x to the power n dx is equals to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, correct? So in place of x, what you have here? You have q. So q dq, q to the power n dq is equals to q to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and here q do not have any power, so n is how much? 1. So q to the power n plus 1, q to the power 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, so that means q to the power 2, that will be divided by 2, that means Q square by 2, correct? Okay, so limit is from 0 to Q. Now I have to put upper limit and lower limit. So 1 by C. Okay, so in place of first I have to put what? Q, capital Q. Then I have to put, in place of Q I have to put 0, 0 square by 2. So 0 square by 2 means 0. This term is how much? This term is 0. So that means work done is equals to Q square by 2C. Okay, and this work done will store in the form of potential energy. So we know work done is equals to potential energy. So potential energy will be also Q square by 2C, correct? So this is your formula for potential energy. So potential energy depends on charge on the plates, correct, and capacitance. Okay, these two things it depends. And capacitance depends on what? Capacitance depends on epsilon naught A and D, correct? Okay, and here again you have to write, okay, so there is another form, okay, again Q is equals to CV, correct? Q is equals to CV, so Q square will be C square V square by 2C. Okay, from where did I get? Same, from the definition of capacitance, C is equal to Q by V, or Q is equals to CB. Same definition of capacitor, remember this one, do not forget. So Q is equal to CB. If I, in place of Q I have put C in and V, so Q have square, so C square V square. So once C will cut, so U is equals to half C V square. So this is the most famous form. Okay, so in their exam generally they ask, so that potential energy in a parallel plate capacitor is half CB square, correct? Half C into V square. 2 marks derivation in MBOS. Okay. So you have to remember this one. The next topic is capacitors in, okay, combination of capacitors. Okay, so you know there are two combination. One is called series combination and one is called parallel combination. Okay, so let me write the topic: capacitors in series combination, correct? Capacitors is in series. So first let me draw a few capacitors in series. So I have to draw well this one. Okay, so suppose I have 3 capacitors. So this is the symbol of capacitor. Okay, so these are 2 parallel lines. Okay, these two parallel lines shows the parallel plate capacitor. So I have three parallel plate capacitor, and these three capacitors, they connected in series. Suppose let me take, this is point A and this is point B. This is point B, correct? And these three capacitors, they are connected with a battery or source of supply. So potential of this supply is suppose B. So this is your positive terminal and this is your negative terminal. And suppose these three capacitors are different. Okay, so that means their capacitances are different. Suppose this plate has capacitance of C1, this has capacitance of C2, and this has capacitance of C3. But capacitances are different, not same. And okay, so what will be the charge on each plate? Now look, this terminal of the capacitor is connected with positive of the supply, correct? It is connected to with the positive of the supply. So that means positive charges will induce, suppose Q charge is flowing. Okay, so positive charges, they will accumulate in this plate. Okay, first plate of the capacitor C1, positive charges, they will accumulate. Actually what is happening, negative charges are actually flowing from this plate, and they are going to the from this plate, and it is going to the positive terminal. Okay, but for the simplicity, let us assume positive charges are actually flowing from this terminal and it is accumulated in this plate. Okay, suppose total number of charge is Q. So plus Q charge is accumulated in this first plate of the capacitor C1. So then what will happen, these positive charges, so look at this plate, this plate. So this plate is a neutral plate, so that means it has both positive and negative charges. So these positive charges in the left side of this plate, they will attract all the negative charges in this side, correct? And all the positive charges, they will remain in the right side, correct? Then what will happen, the positive charges, these positive charges, they will repel these positive charges. Okay, then what will happen, let me erase first. Then what will happen, all these positive charges, they will grow from this side to this side, they will accumulate here, correct? Okay, now look here, if I have this plate, if I had plus Q charge, so in this plate I will have minus Q charge, because in these two plates a capacitor has same charge, okay, but with opposite polarity. If this plate has plus Q charge, this plate will have minus Q charge. Now again positive charges will accumulate in this plate, so this plate has how much charge, plus Q charge. So in the similar manner, the positive charges, they will attract all the negative charges, and again the positive charges, they will accumulate here. Okay, that means this plate has minus Q potential, again this plate has plus Q potential. Then again same thing will happen, these positive charges, they will attract all the negative charges here, and all the positive charges from this plate to they will move to the negative terminal, correct? So this plate has how much charge, it will have minus Q. Now look at here, in this manner each and every capacitor has same charge. Okay, it has how much charge, it has Q, correct? This capacitor C1 has Q charge, capacitor C2 has Q charge, capacitor C3 has Q charge, correct? So this is very important point. First write down that, so in a series combination, charge is same. So what is different, potential is different. So how do you know potential is different? Look, what is the formula for potential? Potential is V is equals to Q by C. Now Q is constant, but C is different for each capacitor. Now suppose Q is 20. Now for the first capacitor, suppose C is 5. So 5 4s are 20, V will be 5. Now suppose for the second capacitor, V is 10. So 10 2s are, V will be 2, correct? So if charge is same, capacitor is different, then V will be different for each and every capacitor. Understood or not? So V will be what? V will be sorry, V will be different for each and every plate, correct. So suppose suppose this capacitor has V potential, this capacitor C2 has this one has suppose V1 potential, capacitor C2 has V2, and capacitor C3 has V3 potential, correct. So second point, write that potential is different, correct. Potential is different. So two important points, charge is same and potential is different. Okay. Now, so what will be the value of potential, correct. So let me write V is equals to, here V1, V is equals to Q by C. So here charge is for the capacitor C1, charge is Q, capacitance is Q1, C1. So V1 is equals to Q by C1. For the second plate, okay, formula for V is equals to again Q by C, but in the second plate potential is V2, so capacitance will be and capacitance is C2. Similarly, in the third plate potential V3 is equals to Q by C3, correct. So up to this one is done. Now if I replace these three capacitors, okay, and if I want to put only one capacitor, then what will be the equivalent circuit? That means suppose you have three nodes, okay, one 2 rupee nodes, one 3 rupee and one 5 rupee. If you replace them, if you want to replace them with only one node, how much money you will put? 2 plus 3 plus 5, that is 10, correct. And suppose here same manner you have three capacitances, 2, 3 and 5. If you want to replace these three capacitance, how much capacitance you have to put, which will be equal to these three capacitances, correct. So how much you want to put? So for money you can easily say, sir, if I have 2 rupee, 3 rupee and 5 rupee, I have to put 10 rupee in the replacement. But capacitance you cannot say I have to put 10 microfarad capacitor, okay. So we have to calculate that one, how much capacitor I have to put, that will be equivalent to C1, C2 and C3. So let us draw. So suppose I have replaced these three capacitances and I have put only one capacitor. So this capacitor is CS, S for series, and it is connected to it. So voltage potential is same, or voltage same battery, I am not changing the battery, so potential is same V. So suppose again Q charge is flowing, so in this plate charge will be Q and in this plate charge will be minus Q. So in this plate, in this equivalent this circuit is called equivalent circuit. Equivalent circuit means I have replaced these three capacitors and I have put only one capacitor CS, okay. So here you can write V is equals to Q by CS, correct. Now last point, can I write, if I add V1, let me change the color first, okay, let me take this one. If I add V1, V2 and V3, then I will get total V. Why? Because this V actually divided into V1, V2, V3. Original, who is actually supplying the potential? Battery. So battery is supplying V potential and it is divided into three parts, V1, V2, V3. So that means if I add V1, V2, V3, I will get the V. So let me write V is equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3, correct. What is the value of V? Here V is equals to Q by CS is equals to, what is the value of V1? Just see, V1 is equals to Q by C1. So let me write Q by C1 plus, what is the value of V2? It is actually Q by C2. Q by C2. Similarly V3 is equals to Q by C3. So or Q by CS is equals to, if I take out Q, so 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So Q will cut. So 1 by CS is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So this is your formula for total capacitance in a series combination, correct. Now here actually total capacitance is actually decreases if you connect three capacitances, okay. If you connect any number of capacitance in series, then total capacitance will decrease. So let me take a small example. Suppose your C1 is 2, C2 is 2 microfarad, C2 is equals to 3 microfarad and C3 is equals to 4 microfarad. So let me add them. So 1 by Cs will be how much? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. LCM is 12, 2 3s are, no sorry, 2 6s are, 3 4s are, 4 3s are. Okay, so, okay, let's take a very easy example, not this one. Let me erase first. Okay, very simple or more simple. So suppose C1 is equals to 3 microfarad, C2 is also 3 microfarad and C3 is equals to 3 microfarad. Okay, so total capacitance will be how much? 1 by Cs will be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is, that means 3 by 3, that means 1. So 1 by Cs is equals to 1. So Cs is, sorry, Cs is equals to how much? 1. So if I, that means if I add 3 capacitances, value of each capacitance is how much? 3 microfarad, 3 microfarad, 3 microfarad. After adding these 3 capacitance, I am getting total capacitance is only 1 microfarad. So that means capacitance decreases if I add in series. Understood? So that means if anywhere in the circuit, if you want to decrease the capacitance, connect them in series. Correct? And this value, look at the value of total capacitance. This value is lower than each capacitors. What is the minimum value of each capacitors? That is 3. Correct? And but the total value is lower than minimum capacitance. Correct? So that means if you want to decrease the capacitance, you add them in series. Correct? Okay, the last point I want to tell you that here I have added 3 capacitors. So then formula is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. If I want to add more capacitors, then formula will be plus 1 by C4 plus 1 by C5. And if I want to add n number of capacitors, so formula will be 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 plus 1 by C4 and so on, up to how much? Up to suppose there is n number of capacitor up to Cn. So this will be your general formula. Correct? So next day we will do we'll discuss about the capacitors in parallel, okay, or parallel combination of capacitors. Then we will do the numericals. Numericals are most important in this chapter. Numericals from the capacitors. I will teach you the numericals from the basic to hard level also. So in this chapter, that's why I have not done any numerical from the past, from the potential, electrostatic potential part, okay, because that part, from that part no numericals used to come, okay, but capacitors are very important. Generally most of the numericals come from the capacitors part, okay. So you have to practice easy numericals as well as difficult numericals. So next day first I will do the capacitors in parallel combination of capacitor, then I will start the numericals. So thank you for today.